Princess Lyralii of Zirion 7 floated in her hover chair across the crystalline floors of the diplomatic vessel, her neural interface crown flickering with suppressed rage. The Galactic Council had made their decision: no Zephyrian noble, no Arctonian duke, no hegemony prince would accept a bride whose legs had been severed in the mining accident that claimed half her homeworld's population. The human will suffice, her father, King Valdris, had announced with barely concealed disgust. Their species is desperate for advanced technology. He'll accept anything we offer. Commander Marcus Reed stood at attention in the docking bay, his Earth defense uniform pressed to perfection despite the 3-month journey through hyperspace. Intelligence had briefed him thoroughly: marry the princess, secure the alliance, gain access to Zirion's quantum drive technology. What they hadn't mentioned was that she possessed the most sophisticated cybernetic enhancement system in known space. The hover chair approached with mechanical precision. Lyralii's violet eyes met his, calculating, fierce, utterly undefeated by circumstance. Her lower body was encased in a sleek exoskeleton that pulsed with bioluminescent patterns, but Marcus quickly realized this wasn't merely life support equipment. "You're staring at my legs," she said, her voice carrying the melodic harmonics typical of her species. "Most do." "Actually, I was admiring the engineering," Marcus replied honestly. "Those aren't just prosthetics, are they?" Something shifted in her expression: surprise, perhaps even interest. "You recognize quantum biological integration?" "I spent 2 years studying Zirion tech specs. Your exoskeleton is connected to your nervous system through direct neural pathways. That's not compensation for paralysis, that's enhancement." Lyralii's laugh held no humor. "Enhancement that terrifies every potential suitor in 3-star systems. They want a traditional princess, not someone who can interface directly with starship systems or compute hyperspace coordinates in her head." The wedding ceremony lasted exactly 14 minutes, a diplomatic formality witnessed by ambassadors from 12 worlds. But it was during the reception that Marcus discovered the truth his bride had been hiding. As the celebration reached its peak, Zirion's orbital defense grid suddenly activated. Warning klaxons echoed through the palace as massive hegemony dreadnoughts dropped out of hyperspace, their weapons charging for planetary bombardment. "Invasion fleet," Lyralii whispered, her exoskeleton's patterns shifting from blue to deep crimson. They waited until the alliance ceremony. Classic misdirection. "The defense grid won't hold against that many ships," Marcus said, analyzing the tactical display. "No," Lyralii agreed, "but I can." Before he could question her, she closed her eyes and her entire exoskeleton erupted in brilliant light. Marcus watched in amazement as data streams flowed across her skin like living circuits. She wasn't just connected to the planetary defense system, she was becoming it. Through her neural interface, Lyralii reached into the quantum core of every defense satellite, every orbital cannon, every shield generator protecting Zirion 7. Her consciousness expanded beyond the confines of flesh and metal, transforming her into something unprecedented: a living weapon system with the tactical intelligence of a planetary AI. The hegemony fleet's first volley never reached the planet's surface. Defensive fire erupted from impossible angles, each shot calculated with superhuman precision. Within minutes, the invaders were retreating through hyperspace, their formation shattered by an enemy they couldn't comprehend. When the light faded, Lyralii slumped in her chair, exhausted but triumphant. Marcus knelt beside her, finally understanding why no alien noble had wanted this particular princess. "They weren't afraid of your disability," he said softly. "They were afraid of your power." "And you?" she asked, violet eyes searching his face. Marcus smiled, taking her hand in his. "I think I just married the most dangerous woman in the galaxy. I couldn't be more honored." For the first time since the accident, Princess Lyralii smiled without reservation. Perhaps humans weren't such a desperate choice after all.